Welcome, friends. My name is Brandon, also known as the Lethargic Sloth, and it is Eurovision Finals. I just watched the show. It was a great show. I actually didn't sleep through it this year. Of course, I didn't last year either, but I did have that one year where I slept through the entire show, and I was like, all this work. It was the year that I did so much work and did all the excess videos and everything for every singer, and I just burnt myself out, and I was so tired. But I didn't do any work now, and I'm here at the finals. Yeah, okay. So let's go down the list here, and I'll give you my prediction to win the entire contest. I know this is as they're announcing and everything, so this video may not get tractions, but you can see my prediction. I'm gonna go with the easy one because it's. In my head, I remember that Francesco Gabbani existed, a heavy favorite, but he fell out of favor with the staging and the hype. Loreen has had hype the whole season, momentum, and I do not believe that Loreen in Sweden was one of the best tonight. I don't. But I'm picking Loreen. I always outsmart my common sense and go like last year with Sam Ryder. I went Sam Ryder. I felt like Sam Ryder deserved it, should have won. He got second. Um, it feels like every year I make the wrong choice. Duncan Lawrence being my favorite, and my choice was the last. So I'm going to go with the simple pick and Loreen winning it all as a prediction. Although I can't help but root a little bit for Finland just because it's fun and a crowd seemed very into it. But if I, as a judge specifically, looking at best performance, I'd have to probably look at Israel. Noah Kurel did incredible and really had the crowd into it. May have one of the best stage presentations of the entire contest. I think it is pretty much a race between Finland, Sweden, and Israel. And then you do have some others that I would consider, probably a tad more distant, but still strong. Italy, man, that voice was incredible. I'm just going to kind of talk briefly about some of the standouts here. Um, Norway is another competitor. And see, what I'm really wondering what's going to happen is when you have Finland, Sweden, and Norway, who are all potential contenders, and I would put Norway as kind of the dark horse of the group. I think Sweden 1, Finland 2 for favorites for the contest, Israel 3. Um, but Norway is also a potential contender. So do we see some of these Nordic countries sabotaging each other? Maybe, I don't know. Um, I, I'll go through real quick. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the odds here just to kind of see what's going on here with them. France was very good, very strong. Belgium again, very good performance. I see top 10 potential there for sure. I really enjoyed the quirkiness of the United Kingdom. I mean, sure, it's not the most vocally sound song, but it was fun. I really liked the United Kingdom. Spain also was a lot of fun, and that's kind of your top 10 there by the by the pollsters. Now I want to see who they predict last. Albania. Fuck no. No, Albania was one of my favorites. I voted for Albania. So I voted for Australia again because again that's a great song. I voted for Albania. Um, Loreen with Tattoo is a contender to be my number one song, but I just didn't vote for Sweden because, again, I am looking for results for other countries. Part of me wants Finland to win just because I want Ireland to keep that record, even though Ireland is kind of a dinosaur at Eurovision. That doesn't really have a pulse anymore, just a skeleton of its former self. But at least Dustin the Turkey made an appearance, and that made it all worthwhile for Ireland. um, my growers, my two that I really enjoyed that impressed me, moved up my list, and just blew me out of the water, are songs that I just caught fire and I really loved. There were two for me that were high standouts. Lithuania was incredible. Um, there were very few songs that made me really feel, and it was like Albania, Lithuania, and um, uh, Sweden, actually. So um, Lithuania did that, and then I really enjoyed Cyprus too. Cyprus was wonderful. So I think that might be pretty damn high on my list as well. Estonia vocally, excellent. Germany, it's nice to see Germany sending fun songs and actually um, Germany's trying. Like every year in the past couple of years, they've been putting out songs that are different and unique. So they're not flopping over and just sending something. They're actually trying to come up with something. So I think this was a good step for Germany for difference and yeah, I like Germany. Moldova again, really enjoy Moldova. It's a fun song. Slovenia, polished, excellent. Portugal, I really like. I don't know that it'll do great. It might end up in the bottom five. But again, very nice song from Portugal. I really enjoy it. Switzerland could maybe be considered one of the best vocals of the entire competition. I feel like being number one, Austria kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit. Again, a lot of fun, a good song, probably middle of the pack. Yeah, Poland, a lot of people are like, who's going to be last? Is it going to be Poland? Is it going to be Croatia? No, I see Croatia having a big fan base and probably getting 7th to the 12th place in that range. And I see um, po- Poland's going to do a lot better than a lot of people think. I'm guessing probably 16th to 18th, but I don't see it at all as a contender for last. Unfortunately, maybe Serbia. I don't know. It's not bad. I just don't know about the connection. But um, the Luke Black has, from what I understand, been kind of a cult of personality a little bit at Eurovision, and so when looking at who would get last, um, you have to build a fan base throughout this, and he might have the strong enough one to keep him out of the bottom. It's hard to say who deserves last. I don't know. I know who I would pick for last. I think that would probably be pretty evident of my least favorite song in this semifinal and be probably Poland. But I'm not a tween. I think the tweens went wild on semifinal night there. But yeah, I'm thinking that Sweden and Finland are going to be very interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how the Nordics vote for each other. That's the other storyline. And could Israel potentially jump Sweden and or Finland? Because I see Israel doing incredibly well with the televote. I think Finland will win the televote. I think Israel might get second and Sweden might get third or fourth, but probably third. Jury, I think Finland's going to have problems. I think you might get Sweden, Israel, you might get France, you might get something like that, and then Finland. So I think the jury is going to screw Finland over, but we shall see how bad it is. The jury likes to do that sometimes, unless there's a jury that's like, no, we want to protect Ireland and their sanctity of the seven wins. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to record the reaction for the jury points and televote points. And my final prediction is Sweden wins, but narrowly. And I might be rooting for Finland more or Israel. Sweden's might be my number one, my favorite song. But part of me is like, protect that seven. So, um, yeah, voting against my own interests in that sake, because the song will live on no matter what. I still have the song tattoo that I really love. I am, still sorting out my list and everything. I'm not saying it's my number one. You'll have to watch my top 10 when that comes out, and I will do that hopefully fairly quickly because it's me. So, but I'm going to try to stay on task and keep making videos after Eurovision. So, back to the show, and I will look at the results being announced and react. And we'll see who wins Eurovision 2023. Liverpool. For now, Thargic Sloth, out.